And hi, welcome to this video. So I just want to first introduce you to this video called Intro to Unit Testing in C# XUnit. It's just me giving credit where credit is due. So this guy called IAmTimCorey, he made a pretty good video about unit testing in C#, and that's where I get most of my ideas from. Okay, so that's just want to give him credit, and of course, yeah. Before I continue about testing, why do you want to do testing, right? It's because it makes debugging easier. That's the short answer. So let's say at the end of the day, I want to test this IXML libraries. Okay, I test this IXML libraries, right? And then I find a bug. Okay, and then the thing is that this IXML library is dependent on so many things, right? It's dependent on so many classes and or rather interfaces. Okay, it's dependent on so many interfaces that it cannot. I have to pretty much test every single one of these interfaces to see what is actually wrong. Okay, so before we even run into that problem, it is best to sort of leave no stone unturned by testing this interface first before we even start getting other classes to depend on these interfaces. Okay, so that is the whole point of unit testing. You want to make sure that this class actually functions the way it's supposed to, so that if something actually happens, then you're supposed to you know that the problem will not lie with these individual classes, but maybe something along the way, right? So that's the whole idea about testing, and especially unit testing. You want to test, have many small tests, so that each component is functioning the way it should. Like a modular Lego block, you want to make sure each Lego block is working correctly. Okay, so that's a very high level, very fast overview. I do not intend this, it's not as much a tutorial, but it's more like, I'm just experimenting with this, and these are some things I found useful. I'm just sharing them. Okay. Alright, so last time we were dealing with, we are trying to extract the name water using a fact test, and to do that, basically we need to get the XDocument. We need to get the XDocument out, and from this XDocument we need this presumes, of course, how to work with XML, but the thing is that I suspect you won't know, so there'll be quite a fair bit of explanation that needs to be done. Okay, go to IXmlLibLoader. Okay, and let's go to dependencies and let's view our XML file again. Or maybe I'll open a nerd tree up. Okay, let's open up XML. DWSim thermodynamics or the library loader. Dependencies. The XML file will open up. Yeah, right. So, oh shucks. Okay, let me exit this. Maybe split. P1. Okay. Alright, let's open this up again. I'll open up a terminal here. Okay. Or maybe not. Exit. vsplit. Create. vsplit. Open up terminal. Okay. Quit. Okay, that's what I want. What am I looking for? Yeah, ls, and let's open the buffer number 5, b5, which is the correct file. Alright, so I have this file right here. I have this file right here, which is the XML file. Right, this XML file will be absorbed into this thing called XDocument. Okay, let's look for XDocument. And remember, we are trying to just get the name of water out. Okay, XDocument will be here. Okay, what can we do with XDocument? All right, so okay, so yeah, this XDocument will actually, you actually have to incorporate this entire object from here. Okay, so this entire XML document will be loaded into an object. The object is called XDocument, and to access the individual elements of the XDocument, we'll need this. You need to look at this elements property, or elements. What do you call that? Yes. Let me shut that off. Hold on. Yeah. So we'll need this XElements here. Okay. XElements are the basic thing. Okay. So for example, you see component here. Components is one of these things called XElement. If you go to the end, press capital G, you'll notice that you will end with this / thingy right here. So you see element, for example, this XElement is called root, and it will be this root, and you'll be root with the angle brackets will start, / root with the angle brackets will end, and this will become an XElement. Alright, so if we just want to get a list of these XElements, and let's take a look at XElements. Okay, it says it returns a collection of child elements from this document. Okay, so it's IEnumerable of XElement. All right, IEnumerable of XElement. So we need to use that thing here to view the list. Okay, so let's vim unit test. Oh, exit first. Quit everything. Okay, so let's take a look at unit test 1.vb. Okay, how come I keep having this set tab shift width equals 4, set tab stop equals 4? That's better. Alright, so we have this thing right here, and the first thing we want is to have our what do you call that? We want to have our document out. So first thing we do, and this is how we would continue writing our test. First, we get our XDocument. Okay, dim XML database or XML data as XDocument. All right, and this XDocument will be loaded from our interface. Okay, remember our interface here. Our interface here is supposed to return an XDocument of XML library. So the moment I have these interfaces here, I can start writing out. The moment I have the my maps here, the inputs, outputs, and tests, I can actually start writing my interface already. So actually, I've already written that. Yeah, I've written it here. We go up a directory. Down here, IXmlLibLoader.vb. You can see this is a very simple interface. Now let me explain to you how this works before I start putting it in a test. So you see this is an interface IXmlLibLoader. It imports system XML length because these are the namespaces for XML document and XDocument respectively. It only has two functions. One is to get XML document, one is to get XDocument. As you can see here, this actually matches the output of what I want. There are no inputs into this class or whatever, but the outputs are like XDocument of XML library and XML document of XML library. Why am I having these two? It's basically compatibility thing. Some people use XML document, is more a legacy thing, whereas XDocument is a newer one. So I rather just give both. Okay, so to actually make sure that this IXmlLibLoader will return both of these, okay, I'm actually writing two functions here to return these XML documents. Okay, So the way to write interfaces in Visual Basic is to use this like public interface, IXmlLibLoader, and then end interface. Then I'm declaring two functions here which must be implemented later on. Alright, so okay, I also put this inherits IDisposable thing because it's supposed to clean up memory as we go, but that's another topic for another time. If I don't want to do too many concepts here, I'm just saying that yeah, I've already designed my interface right here. I've designed my interface using these 5 branches. I've designed the test, and then I can, and based on this mind map node here, I can start writing my interface already. It inherits IDisposable. Okay, it has these 2 functions, and we're supposed to use these 2 functions to do things. So okay, let's say I'm going to dim XMLLibLoader as IXmlLibLoader. Alright, so this is the interface I want. Okay, I need to make sure that the correct namespace is being used, so I actually imported netcore.DWSIM.XML libraries. How do I know which is the namespace to use? Okay, if you look at unit tests netcore VB project, alright, clear, let me try again, cat net test, yes, you'll see that let's go up, netcore, yes, cat netcore VB project. You take a look here, the root namespace over here is netcore.DWSIM.XML libraries. So this is the namespace I actually need to use. So I'm importing netcore.DWSIM.XML libraries right here. Oops. Let's open nerd3 vsplit, and let's open terminal. Alright, so this is what I have. Right, so that's my unit test 1. Okay, so let's say yeah, we haven't please declare new object later. Alright, so what I've done here is to type the IXmlLibLoader, alright, XMLLibLoader here as IXmlLibLoader. This thing, of course, you need to declare an object, XMLLibLoader equals to new class name. Okay, so later I'll do this implementation part, or at least show you how I do it. Alright, yeah, after you have this XMLLibLoader, this regardless of how this XMLLibLoader object is supposed to be, oh, let me save this. Regardless of how this XMLLibLoader is supposed to be, I will need it to implement the interfaces properly. Meaning to say, I will need to have a function for sure that says get XDocument, right? So over here I can write XML data equals to XMLLibLoader.getXdoc, right? Because no matter what is the actual program running this function is supposed to be run, and it's supposed to give you the correct XDocument. Alright, so what is next? Okay, I actually want to start looking at the nodes. Okay, I want to start looking at the nodes, or the elements rather. Okay, it says it returns a collection of elements in document order, so it goes for, it will be this IEnumerable. So since IEnumerable is used, I need to import the namespace for that. That namespace is system collections generic. Okay, imports, right, imports system.collections.generic. Okay, let me make sure this is under .NET standard so that the API is available. Okay, right, so this is also .NET standard system collections generic IEnumerable. Alright, so this is a IEnumerable thing. So XML data equals to the whatever XDoc. Then I need to dim XElement list as IEnumerable. Alright, because this elements list will be an IEnumerable object. Okay, so I'm going to load it in here. XElement list equals XML data.elements. So this will actually return the individual elements from this get xdoc. So I'm going very fast here. I assume you know what IEnumerable is. Okay, so this element things I want to actually do a console write line for each of them. For each element in, okay, I'll put var element in. Oh, I think Visual Basic has a different for loop. Let's see. I'm doing a C# way. Let's see the Visual Basic for loop. Okay, for counter as data type. Okay, so this is the integer. Maybe yes, it's a for each statement. This is not a for statement that I want. Okay, for each element in group. Okay, let's look at an example. Dim blah 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 as new list of string from blah 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 for each item as string in the list. Okay, so let's copy these. Okay, I'll not use the C# way, bad habit. For each, okay, for each what? For each item as var, I just call it variable. I don't want to type it yet. As variable in XElement list, and then the way to end the for loop is like this. So for each item, okay, item is the element inside this XElement list. Okay, and the type of this element will be all so-called auto-typed. Then what I want to do next, this item is one of the items inside this XElement list, and I want to print out the output. Console.write line, okay, item. Okay, I'll see whether that works. And of course, if I do dotnet test, it will auto fail. But at least I want to see some yeah. Oh, I forgot to put the in. Okay, insert in. Yeah, there should be an in down here. I just forgot that keyword. Alright, so type variable is not defined. Alright, let's see what is the proper way to think. Oh, this is an IEnumerable of XElement. Okay, XElement. Okay, hopefully this is better. Yeah, so I'm designing how the test should work first, but I'm not actually loading anything in. Okay, everything works except for this thing. It says what? Yeah. .NET test again. Okay, object reference not set to instance or object. Of course, I did not actually do this declare the object yet, and then yet I'm already using the I'm using the methods without actually defining how the methods are being done. And not only that, I don't even have a class yet. All right, so this thing actually fails. Of course, this thing actually fails. This thing actually fails because we haven't implemented anything yet. So we'll look at implementation next, and then we'll see how this how we can actually load our result string in water. So this is just continuing the test. Okay. So what are we trying to do here? I'm getting this very long XML thing, and I'm trying to get one of these elements here, elements right here, for example, methyl ethyl ketone. Yeah, but in this case, I'm trying to extract the water element, right? The water XML element, and I want to take it, convert it into a string. As of now, we are still figuring out how to get this to work, but obviously we don't have a class that gets this thing out yet. All right, so actually all of this code here, we might find some use for it later, but it's not the job of the IXml library loader to actually extract out the code by the element. All right, but anyway, I'll see you later. I'll talk more about this next time. Okay, and in the next video, hopefully we will see how to actually make a new class, or at least how my new class was made, and then we will come back to the testing right here. Okay, I'll see you.